this very first problem. 2 equals 9 plus u. 2 equals 9 plus u. Take your pointer finger and cover up the u. Take your pointer finger and cover up the u. Tell me what number is sitting there. 9. Positive or negative? How do you know it's positive? Very good. If I need to get rid of a positive 9, Tegan, how do I get rid of a positive 9? Tegan? Subtract 9 from both sides. Okay, so we're going to subtract. Now, guys, use your calculator so that you don't make a mistake on this because you have everything set up correctly. Type it in exactly. Everybody should be grabbing their calculator right now. Type it in exactly how it shows. 2 minus 9. 2 minus 9 is negative 7. These cancel. We still have my equal sign, and you drag down u. Because u is by itself, or if you have a 1u, that's totally fine. You're done here. Bless you. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Solve for x. Simplify your answer as much as possible. This time, the variable is right next to my coefficient. So we're going to divide. Good job, you guys. So we're going to divide both sides by 45. Divide by 45. 45 cancels on that side, so I have 1x. In your calculator, type 10 divided by 45. Anybody else get 0.2 repeating? Okay. Will Miss Hoff accept that? No, because it did not start with decimals. And notice right here in your directions, simplify your answer as much as possible. Okay, so bring it straight down. What did you just type into your calculator? What did you just type into your calculator? 10 divided by 45. So write that down. Now I have to look for what number, somebody raise your hand and tell me, can I divide out of 10 and 45? Sarah, 5. Sticking with you, Sarah. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 45 divided by 5 is, careful, 9. 9. So x is equal to 2 ninths. That's a weird looking 2. 2 ninths. So if you get a decimal in your directions say to simplify, you need to make sure that you write the same fraction down and reduce it. All right. Solve for w. Simplify your answer as much as possible. Somebody tell me, listen to what I'm going to ask you, raising your hand. Somebody tell me, what is my coefficient on this problem? And I remind you that a coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Petro? 6 over 5. I'm going to stick with you. How do I get rid of a fraction coefficient? What did we do yesterday to get rid of the fraction coefficient? Keep, change, flip. So what am I going to multiply by? Flip your fraction that you just told me. Very good. We're going to make the reciprocal of that, and we're going to multiply by 5 over 6. And notice, Ms. Hoff wrote it on both sides. Question? Yep, we got to put a 1 under the 42. Jack's already ahead of me. Ms. Hoff likes this one because we get cross-happy and we get all the way to 1W. Somebody raise your hand. Tell me what I should do on that right-hand side now with that 42 over 1 and 5 over 6. Addison?
Divide 6 by 6.
You're very good. 6 and 42 can cancel out. Always try those. How many times does 6 go into 42? 7 times. How many times does 6 go into 6? 1 time. Very good. So then my next step would be, very good. 7 times 5 is 35. On the bottom, what do you have? 1. 35 divided by 1 is 35. 35. Okay. All right. This one always gets people. I got a fraction on one side, and the number with my letter is not a fraction. How could I write -6 as a fraction? Jack? Put it over 1. Somebody tell me what my coefficient is in this problem. What number, don't shout, raise your hand. What number is in front of the variable? Both of these guys have already given me an answer. Courtney, careful. -6 over 1. -6 over 1. And to get rid of that, I need to multiply by the reciprocal. Somebody else I haven't heard from, raise your hand and tell me what the reciprocal is of this one. Somebody I haven't heard from. What is the reciprocal of -6 over 1? What are you going to multiply by to get rid of it? Liana? Nope. You got to flip it. When I flip it, what do I get? Very good. -1 over 6. Always flip the 1 in front of the W or in front of the X or in front of the Q. So we're going to multiply by -1 over 6. These all cross out. Somebody raise your hand and tell me what I should do on the left-hand side. Somebody I haven't heard from today. Those gentlemen are doing a good job. Right. And how many times does 6 go into 12? 2 times. So 12 is going to become a 2. How many times does 6 go into 6? Once. Don't forget, you always have to change 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. Now listen carefully. -1 times 2. -2. There's only one negative. 1 times 5. 5. So we end up with -2/5. There's one more Miss Hoff forgot to put on here. So flip it over. We're not going to do that story problem. Write this one down. X fraction bar 3.2 equals 5.6. Write this down. Now, in math, what operation does that fraction bar mean? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? It means to divide. A fraction means you divide. To get rid of a fraction, we need to do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So instead of dividing by 3.2, you're going to show me that you're going to multiply by 3.2, which is really over 1. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So these 3.2's cancel. I'm left with 1x. Then you need to take 5.6 times 3.2, and you get 17.92. And then 1 times 1 is, and 17.92 divided by 1 is 17.92. These are exactly the problems you're going to see today. Exactly. Well, the numbers are going to be different, but the same process. Yep. Okay. Miss Hoff totally forgot to print more of those box papers. So if you give me 1 second, I will go get everybody one. Right now, silently log into Alex. What grade do you need to get on this? 100%. By when? Monday at 8 a.m. When would Miss Hoff really like you to have it done? End of class. Or maybe, I wouldn't even say has to be end of class, but by the end of the day so you don't have to take it home.